From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Carl Konevsky.
Among Delaware's top stories for Monday, April 16th, surprise, snow and sleet move across northern Delaware after record-setting rain over the weekend. Flames light the morning sky as fire rages through a vacant warehouse, and the majority for House Republicans slips a little after a Democrat takes a special election on Saturday. Here are the details. First, record-setting rain, now high winds and snow are making mid-April feel like mid-January. 4+ inches of rain fell Sunday around Newcastle County, prompting people to tend to floodwaters in their basements. Then came winds gusting to 40 and 50 miles an hour, and then overnight, the snow started.
Well, I think that the worst of the precipitation is essentially over at this point in time. Looking at radar right now, there's a lot of drier air that's along the Jersey Shore and offshore, and that's going to be rotating around the center of circulation of the storm and coming down into our area. But we've had so much rain, and the winds are going to remain very, very strong today that, things like high-profile vehicles are going to be real tough to handle today.
AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg says if this nor'easter were compared to a hurricane, it would qualify as a Category 2 because of the intensity. We'll have the complete WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. The Delaware Emergency Management Agency says heavy rains could mean some stream flooding in Newcastle County, and the Christina River could hit flood stage as well. The rain has led to several road closings in Wilmington. South Market Street is closed from A Street to the city limits. East 12th Street is closed from Claymont Street to south to I-495, and Front Street, just south of the Amtrak train station, is closed from Poplar to Church Streets. The weather is wreaking havoc in other ways. A building in the Stratford Apartments at the intersection of Shipley and Namens Road was hit by a tree that went over in the storm this morning. There appeared to be no injuries in the accident. And Delmarva Power reminds you that falling trees can bring down power lines and that you need to stay clear of those wires. Hundreds of customers throughout Newcastle County were without power this morning. A 4-alarm blaze kept firefighters busy near the Wilmington Riverfront this morning. The blaze broke out in the vacant warehouse that once held VIP storage in the 100 block of South Justison Street. Wilmington firefighters got help from several companies from throughout the county in battling the flames. Of major concern, the heavy winds, as firefighters worked to keep the flames from spreading to other buildings. There were also concerns about winds bringing down the walls of the building. No injuries were reported. Well, before it had the chance to flood, hundreds of volunteers turned out to clean up the Christina River. WDEL News continues in a moment.
Oh.
Is everything okay, ma'am?
Not really. I need to ride DART tomorrow to get to work, and I forgot to buy my DART card. I guess I'll have to find a ride.
Well, you certainly come to the right place. Didn't you know that Acme now sells DART cards and paratransit multi-trip cards?
No, where?
They're available at our customer service desk.
Getting you there now starts at your 12 Delaware neighborhood Acme markets. DART and Acme have joined in partnership to be your one-stop shopping place for both groceries and DART cards. It's now easier and more convenient than ever to pick up your DART cards with Acme.
A Wilmington man faces robbery and heroin possession counts after an incident Sunday afternoon. Police say 37-year-old Kenneth Shockley asked his victim for change as she walked along the 1300 block of West 3rd Street. When she went looking for the money, Shockley ripped the money out of her hand, pushed her, and took off. Officers gave the victim a ride in their cruiser as they searched for Shockley, who had 9 bags of heroin on him when police arrested him about 2 blocks away. In a surprise victory, Democrat Brian Short has won the seat for 7th Representative District. Short defeated Republican challenger Jim Bowers with almost 53% of the vote in Saturday's special election. Short says health care and good government are his top priorities. The special election was called after the resignation of former House Majority Leader Wayne Smith. The victory gives the Democrats 19 members in the state House to the Republicans 22. While once high waters subside after the weekend storm, you may notice the Christina River looking a little cleaner. WDEL's Ken Grant has a story.
Nearly 1,000 people put on rubber gloves and life jackets to take part in the 16th annual Christina River Watershed Cleanup on Saturday. From the marsh area off of I-95 to the Delaware River, Tom Moran of the Delaware Division of Fish and Wildlife says volunteers collected an estimated 20 tons of garbage.
As usual, plastics, styrofoam, plastic bottles, balls, cans. As far as of interest at this particular site today, we've had some drums, a big fuel tank, and some plastic drums.
More than 40 organizations sponsored this year's cleanup, including the Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control, the Christina Conservancy, and the Partnership for the Delaware Estuary. Ken Grant, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Rain washes out action for area baseball teams, and the Sixers get washed out of the postseason. WDEL Sports and AccuWeather are coming up.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware, every weekday morning 5:30 till 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, Sunday's nor'easter played havoc with baseball all along the East Coast. The Phillies' final game of the series with Houston was postponed with no makeup date set yet. The Phillies are scheduled to open a 2-game series with the New York Mets tonight at Citizens Bank Park. Freddie Garcia's first start has been pushed back to tonight. He'll go against John Maine. You can hear the game on WDEL starting at 6:30 with pregame coverage. The Blue Rocks were victims of the storm, too, with their game at Frawley Stadium against Salem washed out Sunday. The game will be made up as part of a doubleheader in Salem sometime before the mid-June All-Star break, since the Avalanche don't play in Wilmington again until after the first half of the season. The Blue Rocks are scheduled to host Kinston tonight. And Willie Green scored 26 points to lead the Sixers to a 102-91 win over the Detroit Pistons. The game was meaningless for both teams. The Sixers were eliminated from playoff possibility on Saturday when they lost to Orlando, and the Pistons had already clinched the top playoff spot in the East. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast. Wet snow, sleet, and rain this morning. Then a couple of rain and snow showers this afternoon, winds gusting to 50 miles an hour. High of 45 degrees. Tonight, maybe a rain or snow shower, still windy, low down to 34. Tomorrow, variably cloudy, a sprinkle or two, a high of 51 degrees. And on Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies and a high of 53. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Carl Konevsky in for Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.